Here it is, chat. We fucking did it! Let's fucking go! Every single fucking achievement in this game! 236 of them motherfuckers! It's fucking done. Oh my god, chat. Yes, you saw that intro right. I have finally, after around 3.5 months of actively going for achievements, I finally got every single achievement in Dead by Daylight. Now, when I originally did this, I didn't know if I wanted to, I knew I wanted to make a video about it, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. I couldn't do a video that was like a montage of getting every single achievement because I don't record every time I play. And some achievements just kind of happened, but also like I didn't know how long it was going to take me to get every single achievement, and I only have so much space on my hard drive, at least until I get some more externals. But the point is that eventually I knew I was going to make a video on it. And then I was going to do like a guide type thing where I was going to give you like builds and tips and tricks. And then I realized that by the time I'd finish something like that, the new chapter would probably be out and I'd have more achievements to take care of. So instead, I thought it'd be fun to just kind of go through and talk about some of the achievements and how we did them and what the most annoying ones were, and just stuff like that. So I just want to let you guys know that some of these achievements are achieved just by playing the game, right? If we go all the way to the bottom, these dates are wrong, by the way. The game was not even out in 2007, and I didn't start playing the game until October 30th, but whatever. Some of these achievements, you know, preemptive strike, grand sacrifice, skillful, these are all things that are just done by playing the game, right? But there are some throughout here that are really, really, really big pains in the ass. Now, the biggest ones, as of course, the biggest chunk of these achievements is the adepts. I'm going to give you a general advice for all adepts. For every survivor, bring a med kit with as many charges as you can so you can heal yourself twice, and do not overly rely on the perks you've brought with you. Basically, treat those perks as if they're not there unless they're actually useful, right? So like if you're adepting, say, Feng Min, don't force yourself to go to vaults just so you could get use out of life. Life is there if you need it, but don't force the life, right? That's just like an example. Some people like Hattie have terrible fucking perks. You're just not like trying to force yourself to use them, just going to throw the game. Another thing to realize about survivors is that a lot of like some of mine, even the adepts just come from the adepts just come from friendly killers, right? You just keep trying until you get the adept. For killers, my biggest advice is to figure out the most powerful add-on combination and then use that. Most of the time, whenever you do something like this, it's going to be really difficult to get the achievement the first few times, especially if you don't know how to play the killer. But when all else fails, M1. If you learn how to M1 properly, you're not going to have trouble. With the adepts out of the way, some of my more hated ones are definitely the ones toward the end. I got this one. I was very lucky. I was on Gideon's. Item of Obsession is so dumb. But I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about hemophobia. In a public match, escape the disturbed ward without losing a single drop of blood. Basically, you don't have to get hit. And for this one, we cheesed the ever-living fuck out of it. I got 3 of my community members. One of them brought the charred photograph. One of them bought a hatch offering for Shaq. And then I brought a key just in case the killer came by and closed it. But I hid off to the side while they all swarmed the killer and basically begged him to kill them. And then as soon as hatch opened, I jumped in, and that's how we got that one. So that's just a little tidbit for you. If you're having trouble with some of these escape ones, find some friends who are willing to kill themselves for you. If you don't have any, we have a Discord server. Check it out. We're going to talk about this in a moment. this Outbreak breakout, but I wanted to go through. This one was really fucking bad. So Protector recently unhooked Survivor by taking a hit near of them 250 times. This does not tell you what they mean by recent. It doesn't tell you, you know, how close you have to be. Basically, the way to do this one is to just throw your life away. When someone gets downed, go to that area, wait for the killer to hook, unhook right behind the killer. The killer's going to flip around. You take the hit. That's one. You cannot take the hit and then follow the person and then take another hit and that be two. It doesn't work that way. It works in proximity to the hook as well as how recently the person has been unhooked. This one took a while. This one took like 2 straight weeks of only doing it. Bless you. You basically just always have to have a boon on you. And if you come across something with Plaything, honestly, you might just be lucky. Hiding Seeker. I did a special build for this one. It was Quick and Quiet, Deception, Lucky Star, and then like a filler perk. I'm actually surprised only 0.7% of people have this achievement. I wonder, this is a comparison. I wish I could sort these by like how many people. So 0.6 I think is the lowest one, outside of like Adept Xenomorph. This one is very similar to Bless You, the Deep Cleansing, where you just kind of have to hope the killer has a hex. Power moves actually wasn't that hard. I did it in solo queue, and it actually came through pretty well. All of the ones where you have to like, if you go for these like skilled generalists, I did the I build, which is Dark Sense, Kindred, and Deja Vu, and that worked out really well. And then in expert generalists, I took out Kindred and just left Dark Sense and Deja Vu, and then of course no perks here. Anytime you're going for any kind of survivor thing related thing that has you escape, just bring yourself a med kit. Every time just bring a med kit. Disarm and Dismember is one of the newer ones that came with Xenomorph. This one's actually really easy. If you play Pinhead and bring the purple add-on that lets you see the box but doesn't start the chain hunt, and then you just Insidious camp that box, then whenever someone comes and picks it up, you hit them, you get 2 hits off of it, you activate the box, don't hook them or anything, you know, don't be that guy, and then just go find another one, and then you'll get this in no time. You can get around 8 to 9 hits in a match. You'll get it quickly. Most of these are pretty straightforward. Oh, this one, Collision Course, is stupid. So funny thing about Collision Course is I actually had, when I went to go for Collision Course, I actually had 8 of the 10 done somehow. I don't even play that much Wesker, but I had 8 of the 10 done. So my very first match was against a pair of TTVs, and so I just had them stand there and throw them into it. Skilled Hunt, I hate this. I feel really bad for console players when it comes to Skilled Huntress because they have to do it like 100 times instead of 20. I don't know why, but I hate this I hate this achievement because you have no way of knowing how far 24 meters is. Basically what I had to do to get this achievement was I had to convince the survivors to play target practice, and I would get on top of the house in Cockwind. I forget what the thing's called. But the house that has that second floor, on top of the balcony on Haddonfuck, or on top of the house or the main building in Shattered Shit. If you get on top of one of those and you just start tossing, a lot of times the survivors will just flock to where you're throwing and let you do target practice. And you can get this one a few, you know, it's hard to do, but I spent 2 weeks on the Man in the Bush. It's such a pain in the ass. You only get 8 tier ups per match, which means that you have to do around 50 matches to get this fucking thing. God, I hope that catch that part in editing. Anyway, sorry, pumpkin spice butter toast is actually really good. Anyway, Bodyguard's really easy, self-explanatory. One more step You can do dead hard if you want to. Not necessary, but you can do it. Most of these were pretty easy, pretty simple. A few of them I had to force, like the conniption I had to force, with like exposed and no-ed and stuff like that. This one was actually pretty pain in the ass. The reason conniption was so hard is because I can't hear out of my right ear. So it's hard for me to play Spirit in general, which is why you literally never see Spirit games here on the channel. Adept Cage, easy. Evil Incarnate, I have a video on this channel of me getting the Evil Incarnate achievement. I spent 7 hours straight trying to get the fucking thing. So, pretty easy, pretty easy. The Billy one, in order to brute force this one, you have to trap survivors in a corner, or you have to wait until you're right on top of them. And ever since they fixed the overheat mechanic, you'll be able to do that. This one's pretty easy. This one's a grind. This one's very similar to Man in the Bush. 125 times. You can only do 4 per match. If you bring the 2 annotated add-ons, it's 6 per match. But it's still a grind. This one took me like 3 days. I hated it so much. Pretty easy, pretty easy. If you bring Deliverance and you can manage to save yourself, save your Deliverance until the end of the match, then this one's pretty easy. Other than that, this one's a little bit difficult, but if you just bring Deliverance with you, you'll get it eventually. In a public match, repair the generator. A lot of the ones where it's like repair the generator in main and then escape are fairly easy to do if you bring a Gen Rush build. So my recommendation is Commodious Toolbox with BNP and Swivel Arm, along with Hyper Focus, Stakeout, Deja Vu, and Fast Track. If you do that, you will complete gens really fast. And so you just head straight for main and just do it. Even if it's not part of the Deja Vu, just head straight for main and do it. You'll get it really, really fast. And then from there, it's just escaping, which is what the rest of the Gen Rush build is for, is so you can escape easier. This one is, you can do this with Sabo, but Breakdown also works. So the Jeff Perk Breakdown, which breaks a hook when you get unhooked, that also works. So bring yourself Saboteur with that and you'll get that pretty well. Pretty easy. This one was actually difficult. It's so hard to get Iridescent 1 on Survivor, dude. It's so hard to get Iridescent 1 on Survivor. This one was a pain in the ass. And then you can see where I was like doing adepts kind of straightforward. This one was crazy, bro. This one, I forget which perk gives haste. I think it's one of the teamwork perks. But you can do this one with one of the teamwork. Which one is it that gives? No, borrowed time. If you use borrowed time, because it right? I'm pretty sure if you use borrowed time with this, it'll count. I don't remember how I got this one, actually. Adepts. This one I got during a tome. So what I described to you guys for Hemophobia, there's a tome where you have to unlock the hatch and escape twice. I did the same thing with 3 of my friends from back then, and that's how I got this one. It's the same thing, 3 friends, hatch offering, wait where the hatch is going to spawn, wait for the killer to close the hatch, unlock it, and escape. This one's easily done with Doctor. More adepts. God damn, look at all the adepts, dude. It's actually insane. Plunderers with coins will help you get this one. Oh, man. But the one you guys all want to know about is this one, Outbreak Breakout. I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. I was already 15 escapes in by the time I got this. What you guys got to understand is that RPD is one of the single most survivor-sided maps in the entire game. No matter the wing. I know that one wing is less survivor-sided than another. I don't care. It's still one of the most survivor-sided maps in the entire game because the map is one gigantic god loop. How I did this was I brought Soul Survivor, Wake Up, Adrenaline, and Plot Twist. Plot Twist was just to heal myself in the middle of the match, but you can bring yourself a med kit with a lot of charges and bring something like Distortion if you wanted to, or something like that. Or Calm Spirit, more than likely. But the key to this is to be as selfish as humanly possible. If someone's on the death hook and they get, if the last person's about to die, then go hide by the back exit gate, not the front one, not the one in the main doors, the back exit gate. Go hide there until the killer closes hatch. Once the killer closes hatch, instantly sprint for that door and you will open it 75% faster, which it takes 16 seconds to open the gate. So you will get it open in like 5.5, 6 seconds, 7. Between 5.5 and 7 seconds, you'll get that gate open, and then you just leave. I hope I catch that part in editing. But yeah, so that's how you do that. But after going through all of these, my top 5 most hated ones were Man in the Bush, because it took so fucking long. Taking one for the team, because it didn't work half the time. Bless You, because I hate having to bring a boon perk, which are some of the worst perks in the game, just in case the killer has a hex. Outbreak Breakout was actually not in my top 5 most hated. Another one in my top 5 most hated was the Skilled Huntress one, because you just don't know how far 24 meters is, and half the time it didn't even seem to count, and it was really, really a pain in the ass, and I fucking hated doing it. The Conniption was just really bad for me, but it's not in my top 5. We have one more, and I need to find it. Yeah, the Evil Incarnate. The Evil Incarnate was such a monumental pain in the ass, and it is without a doubt my most hated achievement out of all of these. Most of these are just grind fests, right? Doing the same thing over and over again until you get the results you need. And most of the time you'll get progress every match or so, right? Or on the ones where you got to escape, it's kind of difficult, but you can get it. The Evil Incarnate achievement is so monumentally terrible, and I hate it so much because getting the tombs, getting the fucking stalk will take you like 2 to 3 gens, which by that point you pretty much lost the game. Then you're not as fast as you think you are. You have to be right on the neck a couple times. Most of the time I would like shank the survivor instead of killing them, which was such a pain in the ass. But the thing that made this so terrible, or not the thing, but one of the things that made this so terrible, which is now fixed, is survivors used to be able to DC and rob you of the achievement, but now they can't because there's bots. But survivors can climb in lockers. Survivors can, I mean, if you've got like 3 people and then you find hatch and you close it, the last survivor will take off and try to loop you and not just fucking die. Like, just fucking die, dude. Like, you're not going to get to the gates. I'm right on your ass. Just please let me have this. It was legitimately the biggest pain in the ass. I know that there's achievements on here that have less completion and less amount of players and stuff like that. But out of all of them, the Evil Incarnate was my most hated achievement. But I am so happy to finally be done with this. Of course, when chapter 30 comes out, some new achievements are going to be coming out, and I'll do those as well when they come out. But the hard part is done. The vast majority of achievements are done. And if I have to complete another, 3 to 5 every chapter, that's every 3 months, I'm fine with that. At least these are done. I'm so happy. But I hope you guys enjoyed me talking a little bit about achievements and how much of a pain in the ass they are. But, I love you guys so much. As always, thank you to my channel members, Ryan Gesture, Alex Balix, The Cannibal Main, Tabasco Raccoon, Spirit Upgrades, and Nuclear Bomb for their additional support. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow.